Hi everyone, sorry I'm late. My name's Louise, I'm a new ambassador for Joy and Joe. And today I'm going to be talking to you about breaking in wraps. Let me get myself comfy. I'm just going to talk about breaking in wraps, different ways and different things you can try, because no one likes a crunchy, uncomfortable wrap to use. And there's other benefits for breaking in wraps as well. It makes the wrap safer to use. If you don't use it when it's in state. So the first thing I'm going to do is introduce myself properly. I come from Cardiff. I've been using woven wraps for 4 years, but I've been baby wearing for 14. I've got 5 children, the oldest being 14 and the youngest is 1. Been married for 14 years, and now I'm an ambassador for Joy and Joe. So here goes my first live. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is donuting a wrap, how to donut it, and what it benefits a wrap. So the first thing I'm going to use is my Cranberry Dream. And the first thing you do is take the end of the wrap, bunch it together, make a small loop, then you get the wrap, hand through the loop, pull the wrap up and try and get it right the way through. If you haven't got good muscles, you will have by the time you finish doing this. Make sure there's lots of friction as you're pulling it through, because it's the friction that really helps. So basically, when you're doing stuff like this to break in a wrap, you're creating friction doing this instead of the friction you would create when you're using the wrap to carry your baby in. And it's sitting on the screen, 2 seconds. So you keep pulling through the loop. Might have been a bit clever of me if I didn't pick a size 6 and something a bit shorter. But here we go. So you keep doing this, and as you're pulling it through, you spread it out a little bit if you can, and then gradually move around all the way around the donut so it's even on all sides. Otherwise it's just going to be a big lump on one side. And if there's any questions you want to ask through the video, feel free. I think I can see the comments coming up on the bottom, so I don't mind answering anything. Maybe showing you something else if you want. So today, after this, I'll be going through braiding, knot dragging or knot pulling, and ring pulling as well, and then talking about other ways. Hi Zoe, see that Zoe has joined us. I think most of the Joy and Joe wraps that I've got, they haven't really needed much breaking in. They've been pretty good to use straight away. With the exception of probably Purple Rain, everything else has been fine to use straight away. Right, so anyway, nearly done, there's just a little bit left. And then you see we've got a donut. So actually these are good for storage. You can store them away, it makes it a lot smaller than if you fold it up. Yeah, my kids like throwing them at each other. So there's my donut. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to braid. This one I've already braided. This is my Joe Kenty. It's a really good way of storing wraps again, because you can pull the little hole at the top. And I know a lot of people that do store them like this. The little hole, you can just hang them up on hooks, and then they're all out of the way. And then your little kids can't get them grubby little fingers on them. So for that one, I'm going to use chocolate feathers. This is my Ambassador wrap. I love it, it's so soft. Right, so for this one, again, you start at the end, find the end of your wrap. There we go, gather it together. Make another little loop. Bother gathering all the loops. Little loop, you put your hand through the loop, and you get the wrap, and you pull it through. As you pull it through, make another little loop. That little loop, you put your hand through, grab hold of the wrap, put it through this little loop, and you keep doing this all the way up until you got all your wrap through it. The smaller you make the loop, the more you're going to have to put effort in to pull it through, the more friction you use, and the better it is to break in your wrap. There we go. And the last one, where you've got that little bit left, you don't want to put that through again, so just leave it. You have the last loop there, and that is what you can use to store your wrap, to hang it up, keep it out the way. Yeah, cool. The next thing I'm going to do is the knot pulling. So most people that are using moving wraps know how to do a slip knot. They normally know how to do that. And basically the knot pulling or the knot dragging is using a slip knot on a wrap and moving it back and forth so that it can help break the wrap in with the friction. For the people who don't know how to do a slip knot, I'll do a little demonstration with my other triangle wrap. So where are we? Find the end. Find the end. Shoulder. The other bit comes underneath your other arm. Let's do the knot, I mean just lean up a bit. Pull it across. Right. Put your hand through to get it. Pull it up on the other side, up here. So it comes down, then you put it back around the back of here, put your hand through the loop here, and pull it through. Right, so there you have a slip knot. And with that now, you can move it up, you can move it back down. The tighter you pull this, the tighter the knot will become, and then I suppose the more friction it's going to cause moving up and down. So if I take this off, yeah. So we have the loop, we have the rest of the wrap. So you can just use this now. To cause friction on the wrap. Obviously, if you don't do what I do, and you just do it right at the very end with a big loop, then you can get the whole wrap all the way through. And then the whole wrap, get the friction on it. Right. Next thing I'm going to show you is the ring pulling. I've already threaded 2 rings. All you need is 2 sling rings. Any 2 sling rings. Probably large would be better. yeah, I've only got the medium here, so I've used 2 medium ones. I've threaded it on it, just like the way you would thread them on if you were doing a no-sew ring sling. On, and you pull the rings all the way down to the one end of the wrap. Then when you get to the other end of the wrap, take the other ring, put it all the way through again. Right the way through. This does take some time. Put it all the way through to the other end. If you're not sure how to thread them on, then there's plenty of tutorials on YouTube where you can learn how to thread them like as if you're doing rings. It's pretty easy and it really works. The ring pulling really does work. Here we go. So that's the main ways of using friction that I use for breaking in open wraps. The other thing you can do with breaking in wraps is make sure you give it a wash once you get it. Always follow the instructions though, because obviously it depends if your wrap is a blend or something, then you can't just throw it in a normal wash. Yeah, wash it, dry it, and then give it a good steam iron. The steam iron seems to loosen it up. I was looking up on why woven wraps need to be broken in. It's because in loom state the fibres are very straight, very smooth, and they're not bonded together at all. So when they're not bonded together, there's more chance that they're going to move away from each other, cause thread shifting. Thread shifting is going to make a hole there. It makes the wrap unsafe. You've got more chances of pulls and broken threads and things, which can also affect the wrap. Hi Becky. So yeah, give it a wash. It makes the fibres fluff up a bit. They all fuse together. Once they fuse together, then that makes the wrap a lot sturdier, a lot better, safer, better to use. Other methods, you could use it as a blanket. I know Becky that works for Joy and Joe, she likes using hers as a blanket and putting it on her bed. I have kids that pop in the middle of the night, so I don't normally put my wraps on my bed, just in case of poop accidents or puke accidents in the middle of the night, you never know. Yeah, other ones, hammocks and swings. Making hammocks and swings. I used to do this with my wraps, but then a few people said that, you know, you've got to be really careful with what you're tying it to, because if you tie it to, you know, say the banister of something hanging off the landing, then there's a chance the splinters are going to pull threads and make holes and damage your wraps. So I stopped doing that. But, you know, sometimes hammocks, we still sometimes do hammocks, but then the big kids want to jump in and they're too heavy. So yeah, that's almost all of what I've got to say. Is there anyone that's got any questions and anything they need to ask me? Anyone want to talk about maybe any wraps they've got that need breaking in, or any wraps you've got that don't need any breaking in, that have been the softest ones you've owned? I'll give you all a couple of minutes, maybe, hopefully you'll have something to say. Right, I'm going to braid another wrap while I wait for any questions or anyone to ask anything. Kind of knew that this would be a hard time to do a video because most people are out on nursery school runs or working or doing things, so hopefully people will catch up on this later. So again, I'm going to show you about braiding the wrap. Find the end, gather it all together, make a little hoop, pull it through, make another little hoop, grab it, pull it through. I find this such a nice way to store my wraps. If I fold them and put them on the side, guaranteed one of the kids is going to come along and try and pull them out and throw them all over the place, and no one needs that. Flip our hands 2 seconds. my two braided wraps. If nobody has anything to ask, I think I'm going to draw this to a close, even though I still have a little bit longer than I should be on yet. Okay, so I'm going to bring this to an end. Hopefully any questions you've got, put them in the comments. I'll make sure that I come back and I'll answer all of them a little bit later. Thank you for watching.